walking around in a flower shop, a huge one, I cannot avoid but noticing that this must have a beautiful effect on the minds of the Danes. They must become a happier nation than they already are, because in old days, and I have lived in this town where I'm walking now, there wasn't such big huge shops just for all kind of plants and flowers, and just the smell in here is adorable. The colors, the colorful different kind of plants and flower. You just imagine walking in this big exotic and local shaped flowers of all kind. You find a kind of tranquility and peace and beauty that is maybe lost many other places. One of my favorites, the lavender here, and yeah, this must have an effect on the mentality and the way people have it. And the same when you go to grocery shops today or the big malls, you find all kind of sweets and bread and a variation that has been much needed in the earlier days. And that is something that actually has an effect on people's wellness, mentally, physically, feeling just relaxed, that they have so many options. In the old days, it was just one kind of hot dog and two kinds of white bread and one brown, and that was it. Go home and eat it. And still it is like this in the minor places, but mostly, finally, the big globalization has hit the Scandinavian areas, and that makes it all so beautiful, so relaxing, so enjoyable. And I hope the whole world would have this opportunity for for beautiful places. Look at this beautiful one, what's called Guvel. Sustisus racemosus. Okay, beautiful. I want to see how it can be planted and how it can be cared for. I really like that one as well. Clear yellow and green. So beautiful all the way around. Big and small, huge and minor plants. So I got just this idea that this must have a kind of really good effect on people. Everyone should be forced, maybe directly or indirectly, to walk around in a flower shop or go out and do some shopping from time to time, because the variation has just become so enormous and so beautiful. And this should be all around the world, in my opinion, because that's what we like when we go to the Middle East or some places in the Far East, that we find a lot of variation, and that's what makes the mind relax and enjoy and see a lot of, like, it becomes creative in many ways. But here it has been so for maybe too long before now, that these things didn't exist and didn't arrive, and maybe the costs were too high, and so it didn't make sense. And so walking around, even look at these beautiful citrus plants here. They can only grow in the Middle East, and people are struggling sometimes to make them grow and keep them free of mites. And I was gonna try with this citrus once, but I went away from it because it's just hard work that needs a lot of caring. Yeah. Okay, that was just a little, what can you say, thought on something very, very beautiful and enjoyable. Makes you forget the troubles of the world. Even the philosophers would forget the big questions of what they are dealing with, and life seems so beautiful and enjoyable just in that moment, even though you might not have the money to pay for what you need. Just come in here and walk around. Let as if you're gonna buy a lot, and enjoy the smells, and sit down, look at the people, and see how everything is. And this is the shape and beauty of nature as well. Really, really proving to us that it is amazing, wonderful, so diverse, and so colorful in many ways. Yeah, have a beautiful day. Hope this could have been such an enjoyable moment for everyone.